Good evening. My name is Gerald, and America has a problem. No, it's not politics, it's not the economy, it's trophies, and we're giving away too damn many of them. Now before we get started, let me tell you about myself. I'm 51 years old, and I've raised 3 children. One of them is UPD, one of them is a surgical technician in a hospital, and the other one's a high honor student in high school in 10th grade. So I know a little bit about all this that goes on, right? And this evening, I'm going to tell you why we're giving away way too many trophies, why this is true, and the monster that it creates. Now imagine this. You're a young child, and you're going out for the first time. You're going to try out for baseball. You try out for the team, and what do you know? You make it, right? Not only do you make it, but you play every game, right? You bet every time. Okay, your team goes to the finals, and you get a trophy. Good job, right? Good job. So, next season that comes around is football. You try out for the football team. Bam, you make it, right? You play every game, your football team does well, you get another trophy. Awesome. So you try out for the soccer team in the spring. You go out for the team, you make the team. You play every game. The team does great. You get a trophy. Great. Life is good. In the meantime, in this school year, you've made a little project for the science fair, right? And you got a ribbon. Okay? You did the little math fair, and you gave you another ribbon. Okay? At the end of the year, you get a certificate because you showed up every day. Life is good. Now this happens year after year. It happens several years in a row. Okay? Life is good. Life is good. Life is good. You are a superstar. At least that's what they tell you, right? And then all of a sudden, it doesn't. All of a sudden, you try out for the team and you don't make it. What happens? You're pretty upset. You throw a tantrum. You don't know why. You've always made it every other time. Okay? So, you try out, you do your science fair project. And what happens? Maybe this time you don't get a ribbon. What happened? You did it every other time and it worked. Right? Another tantrum. Okay? Maybe you fail that math test. Boom. Another tantrum, because math has never been a problem before. What the heck is going on? Right? And not only that, you're getting this at school, right? But then you come home, and what do your parents do? Your parents say, I want to talk to that teacher. We're going to find out what's wrong with them. They say, I'm going to talk to that coach. We're going to find out what's wrong with them. Okay? Anybody but you. The superstar, pro athlete, ultra smart child, right? It couldn't possibly be something that maybe you didn't do because you're the greatest. They told you that all these years in a row, okay? Maybe you've got so much stuff all over your room, you're using that soccer trophy as a doorstop so it doesn't slam. You got so many of them. But still, that cute little girl or boy won't go to the movies with you, and you can't figure out why. Because, everybody told you how great you were. So, that's the problem with too many trophies. Everybody tells you how great you are, and you never learn, you never figure out, you never get a chance to do it. Okay? What happened at the baseball game? You struck out, and what'd they do? Your parents took you out right after that for an extra large ice cream cone. Right? Friday after that, they bought you a new bat. Okay? What happened after that math test? They said, here's a brand new computer. Look, it's got a calculator. You can do all this math, no problem. Now you don't even have to, right? So no matter what, it's not your fault, and you still get the trophies. In this case, a new bat, an ice cream cone, a new computer, right? Those are all trophies. It's all praise, okay? This doesn't just happen to children. It happens all throughout our life, okay? There is Sigmund. A guy named Sigmund in the Huffington Post says that today 43% of college students get A's. Okay, how can that be? 43% scoring in the top 10? No, in 1960 it was 28% less. In 1980 it was 12% less. So what's going on with these grades? Okay, some public schools have a policy of no grade lower than a C. Right? When asked in Kansas City, the school representative said, it's just like the Army, right? We can't leave anybody behind. That was their answer. Really? Do you want the surgeon that's going to do your heart surgery coming from that school? Nobody left behind? No. We don't want that at all. That's ridiculous. All right? So you don't do your work, you still get your trophy, right? You get your diploma, okay? Check this one out. In Britain, this is the same guy, Sigmund, who said that. In Britain, ladies' size 14 pants today is 4 inches longer than it was in 1975. 4 inches wider. The same as a size 18 was back then. A size 14 is now. You go to the U.S., and a size 10 is equivalent to a size 12 or 14 Britain size today. Where's the trophy, you say? What's he talking about? You can wear the same size pants you did in high school. Good job. Okay. Now, I will concede that there are some advantages to some trophy giving, especially for the youngsters, right? More trophies, more rewards means maybe they try out for more sports, maybe they play these sports longer, they're more healthy, they're fitter, and that also corresponds to better grades. That's according to Lauren Tortius in the Scholastic Scope. There is an advantage, right? You get some better grades, but they got to learn to cope with the adversities in life, okay? You got to make these trophies fit the adversities. So when you strike out, you don't say, man, that was a perfect swing, that umpire is crazy. No, it's not the umpire's fault, right? It's something that you did. You gotta learn to get past that adversity. And that's what we gotta do. And just handing out trophies is not doing it. Okay? One time, Thomas Edison is known to be saying, and this was from Andrew Postman in Good Housekeeping magazine, actually. Thomas Edison said about how many times it took him to get the light bulb correct. He said, I have not failed 700 times. I have not even failed one time. He said, I have succeeded in proving that those 700 ways will not work. And that's the lesson we need to teach our children and some of our adults, frankly. Because, I mean, and look at this fact. What about the high performers? Don't they need a little rub, right? What good is it to work your butt off, work twice as hard, study twice as hard, maybe save twice as much money, when the other guy down the street who doesn't do half of that is going to get the same trophy? No, you gotta stroke those high performers, because otherwise, who's going to find the next penicillin? Who's going to develop the next light bulb, right? Because they're going to quit if they don't get the reward for their extra work. Okay, some people would tell you that's all, that we're all the same, but we're not. No matter how hard I try, I will never swim like Michael Phelps. But we've learned to get over it, we've adjusted, and I'm okay with that. Thank you. Have a great night.